From Comedy Central's World News headquarters in New York, The Daily Show with Trevor Noah presents The Kid Gloves Come On.
Ever since the shooting in Parkland, Florida, young people have been leading the charge for sensible gun reform. And today, on the one-month anniversary of that shooting, they kicked things up a notch with a nationwide school walkout.
Tonight, nationwide protests. A sea of students from Parkland to Columbine marching out of their schools, demanding action to combat gun violence.
More than 185,000 students walking out of classrooms today.
At the Capitol, thousands of shoes make up a memorial to children killed by gun violence.
As a 12-year-old, do you really think that you have the power to make change?
By myself, I don't think I have the power, but together with all these people here, I think we can make a change.
My man. Yeah. Look at that. Somebody put his multiplication to good use, yeah. We can't let politics divide us. Carry the three. I love this. It's interesting how people keep asking these kids if they're not too young to protest. You do realize some of the biggest political movements were led by young people, right? Kids fought for civil rights. Kids fought against apartheid in South Africa and to stop the Vietnam War. And never forget the inspiring young woman who used a can of soda to end racism forever. Don't ever forget that. While most mass shootings in America seem to be a moment of shock, followed by moments of grieving, and then people move on, the students of Parkland have made sure that this time, the story's different.
The students from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School have become the faces of America's war on gun violence.
Fight for your lives before it's someone else's job.
Becoming a political and cultural force, marching on Washington, lobbying lawmakers, racking up awards, magazine covers, quickly gaining influence among celebrities and politicians. Since the Parkland massacre, 26 state legislatures, plus Washington, D.C., have passed 69 different gun control measures, more than any year since the 2012 Sandy Hook shooting.
Wow, that's amazing. That is really amazing. You understand how powerful that is? Thanks to these kids, states have passed 69 new gun control laws. 69. Nice. Because you see, I mean, they're heroes, but they're still high school kids. Yeah. They know what they were doing. They were probably going to reach 70 laws, and they were like, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's keep it at that number, 69. Perfect. Maybe next year we could do 420 because of weed. Yeah. Guests tonight are helping lead a movement to end gun violence following a mass shooting at their high school in Parkland, Florida. Please welcome March for Our Lives activists Emma Gonzalez and Matt Deitch. Welcome to the show. Hello. So good to have you here. Is that the first thing you're gonna do? Go straight to my water? You're just gonna check if it's water?
No, it's the mug.
What if it was just like a fake mug and now you would have exposed the fact that I don't have any real things in my cups? Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. Young people in particular haven't been good at turning up when it comes to the midterms. In this election, it feels different. We're seeing research that says more and more people are registering, more and more people who are young are inclined to vote. Do you feel like gun violence and mass shootings are a big driving factor in this?
Well, young people are more educated now than they've ever been before. And young people turn out at a rate about 1 in 5. If young people turn out in a rate of 2 out of 5, they can swing any election that they turn out in. And so that's what it's really about, is about showing that young people, if you can just convince one person in your proximity to vote that wasn't planning on voting, you can swing this election.
Right.
And actually obtain morally just leaders. Because right now, Congress does not reflect the wants and needs of the American people.
Let's talk about the shirts that you're wearing. All right, clearly you didn't talk about it before you left the house. You're wearing the same thing. You're not just talking, you're doing. You're not just doing, you're helping others do. Getting people out to vote always seems tedious. Your shirts have a purpose. Tell me about them.
The QR code, if you scan it with your camera, very simple, don't even need an app, it will get you registered to vote in under 2 minutes.
So can we zoom in on that right now? So if you're watching this at home, if you're watching this at home right now, And you zoom in, like you can take a picture of this right now on your phone and you can join this movement. You can register to vote, you can get out there, you can have your voice heard.
You don't even have to agree with us in policy. You can just get
vote.
registered to vote and get out there and vote. And...
I like that. So how do you go back to your normal lives? Like you guys know you have the right to be kids as well, right? Like what do you go back to after this?
There's no normality in this country right now. And so having to understand that we need to continue building these coalitions with people and continue educating people what's going on day to day, because not a day has passed on this tour where we haven't heard a new name, a new story. We haven't seen a day go by where a new news story of someone else shot and killed, another young person shot and killed in this country happens. This doesn't happen anywhere else except America.
Right.
And it is up to us as Americans to actually stand up and fight for each other. And so there is no normality until we can continue to come together and actually change this. So I know you want us to be kids, but we have more important things to do.
It's been said that children are the future. Well, it turns out they want the present too.
And meet this 14-year-old boy. He is running for governor of Vermont. High school freshman Ethan Sonneborn is running as a Democrat. He is allowed to run, folks. He's taking advantage of the state law that does not set a minimum age to run for governor. You just need permission from your parents.
Current events propelled him into the race.
I had a culmination of frustration with politics as usual.
Politics as usual? You mean since you learned how to read 7 years ago? I mean, look, little man's not wrong, but most of his life, he's had a black president. You realize that, right? And by the way, this is the future of politics. Like, everyone will have to run when they're 14 before they get caught up in any scandals. I mean, like, what dirt are you gonna dig up on this kid that he once dated a 13-year-old? Yeah, that was last year. That was last year. And personally, I don't think there's a problem in having a child as governor. I mean, we already have one in the White House. Some news from the world of politics. Senator Dianne Feinstein. At 85, the California Democrat is the oldest person now serving in the U.S. Senate. But she's not too old to mix it up with some much younger opponents.
Lawmakers are no strangers to heated debate. But California Senator Dianne Feinstein is raising eyebrows after getting into it with a group of children over climate change.
We are trying to ask you to vote yes on the Green New Deal.
Please. Okay, I'll tell you what. We have our own Green New Deal.
The government is supposed to be for the people and by the people and all
You know
for the
what's interesting about this group is I've been doing this for 30 years. I know what I'm doing. You come in here and you say it has to be my way or the highway. I don't respond to that. I was elected by almost 1 million vote plurality, and I know what I'm doing.
You're supposed to listen to us. That's your,
How old are
your
you?
job.
How old
I'm
are
16.
You?
I
well,
can't
you didn't vote for me.
Well,
you know better than I do. So I think one day you should run for the Senate.
Great.
And then you do it your way.
Well, maybe you should run for the Senate. How are you the most childish person in a debate with actual children? I'm surprised, like, Feinstein didn't just copy everything they said. I'm 16. I'm 16. Stop copying me. Climate change is a problem. Climate change is a problem. Senator Feinstein, what are you doing? Don't lecture the children. Just lie to them. Doesn't she know how easy it is to lie to children? She should have just been like, you want the Green New Deal? Okay, well, I'll talk to Santa about it. Now get the out of here. I don't negotiate with terrorists.
Speaker Nancy Pelosi is throwing some shade at it, telling Politico, quote, it will be one of several or maybe many suggestions that we receive. The Green Dream, or whatever they call it, nobody knows what it is, but they're for it, right?
Ooh, the Green Dream, or whatever they call it? That's so cold. She dismissed the Green New Deal like it was like that weird kind of YouTube challenge, you know? It was like, all the kids these days are trying to snort cinnamon up their butts or save the planet for the human race or something like that. But look, not everyone is so lukewarm on the Green New Deal. In fact, polls show young people are extremely supportive of strong action against climate change. which is probably why many of the Democrats running for president have also said that they support it. Because if you want to connect with the youth and the energy of the Democratic Party, right now, you want to be on board with Ocasio-Cortez. She's basically the Cardi B of politics. Yeah. It doesn't matter what she's rapping, you want to feature on her tracks. Yeah, OSC's basically like, I like high-speed trains, carbon tax, and no planes. That's what I'm doing now. And the people gather round. That's her thing. So, old people not big fans, young people love it. There's clearly a generational divide on this deal. So for more on this, we're joined by our senior youth correspondent, Jabuki Young Whites, everybody. Jabuki, how can young people convince the rest of the country to get serious on climate change?
Trevor, why do young people have to fix everything? You know, I've got enough problems. I've got student loans. I'm trying to break up with my therapist. And I need to get unverified on Twitter. If Wolf Blitzer's got a blue check, that's just not cool anymore. Plus, like, why do we have to fix climate change if we didn't create it? Old people got us into this mess. They should be able to get us out of it.
You know, I understand where you're coming from, but it may be too late for only old people to solve climate change by themselves.
Okay, well then the least they can do is pay us. You know, young people deserve compensation for the wrongs that the previous generation has inflicted on us.
You mean like reparations?
No, reparations are for things that happened in the past. Y'all are us over in the future. So, like, technically, this is like pre-reparations, you know? Like, preparation. Wow, I just made up a word.
Preparations is a word.
Yeah, because I just made it up. Here's how it will work, you know? You pay young people in proportion to how much you contributed to climate change. If you drove a Hummer, you owe like $1,000. But if you ran a coal mine, that's 10 million. And if you drove a Hummer to the coal mine you owned, give us all your passwords, we're taking all your shit.
Okay, so the old people pay you, but then what do the young people use the money for?
Well, we do all the things that we won't be able to do once climate change ruins everything, you know? Like visit a glacier, or pet an elephant, or like buy Beyonce tickets.
Well, I feel like now you're just using climate change to scam Beyonce tickets.
No, everything is gonna be underwater, Trevor. That includes Beyonce.
Okay, all right, you know what? Grifting aside, the idea of pre-reparations makes sense. I actually think I can get behind this.
For real? Wow, okay. I didn't think that old people would get on board so quick. But...
Dude, I've talked to you about this. Stop calling. I'm not old. You don't call me old on the show. Didn't you get my voicemail about this?
I don't know. What's a voicemail?
It's a recording of my voice that I sent to your phone, and then you listen to it.
Oh, so it's like a mini podcast for one. That's so cute.
God damn it, Jabuki Young White, everyone.
From Parkland to Congress, young people across the country are getting political. The 2018 midterm elections had the highest youth turnout since 1982. That was the year they voted to legalize open carry for boomboxes. College and teenage activism is on the rise. But how young is too young?
When you say teenage, how old are we talking?
No! Get out of here, R. Kelly. I meant too young politically.
Hey guys, I want to make a video about why we still need communism.
Meet Cenable, AKA Dylan. His video, We Need Communism, has over 2 million views, and that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Well, on my channel, actually, I have 4,500,000 views total.
You get better ratings than The Daily Show.
Yeah, a lot of people don't watch TV anymore.
Excuse me a second. Hey, Trevor Noah. Hey, what's up, man? It's Roy. I quit. But Cenable's communist agenda has attracted criticism from one hard-hitting political scholar.
The one line, we need communism. No, no, no.
Meet the conservative capitalist, AKA Tate.
Communism assumes infallibility in everyone. The chances of that happening are almost non-existent.
And he's got a whole Christmas list of conservative views.
I'm anti-gun control, I'm lower taxes, I'm smaller government.
Smaller government, like kids? Like kid government?
No,
No, not quite like that.
Okay, but how many views does this kid pushing communism have? 4 or 5 million, somewhere in there?
Around that number.
Okay, now how many views do you have pushing a conservative agenda?
Definitely a lot less.
Free market has spoken. Is this really what kids today are into?
The wage gap is influenced by things like career choices.
That's why we still need Black History Month, racists.
No kid cares about this stuff. It's got to be the parents feeding them these ideas, right?
No.
Not at all.
Really?
I had no idea about the communism video until it went viral.
They didn't get anything about politics from me. Football.
We're football people. Football over politics every day of the week.
Wow, really not coming from the parents? Well, then that leaves just one question. Why? Why are you into this?
I just find it interesting. I mean, why are you a newscaster? Well, you get paid, but...
I just had an interest in politics because these old men in power, if they made one bad decision, North Korea could be nuking us.
Damn, these two were growing up way too fast. And I know where spouting your political views on camera gets you. Cable news.
Come on, wake up, son.
Stop, guys.
Doesn't make you any more effective.
The same way my dad made me smoke a whole pack of cigarettes, I'm gonna teach these kids the dangers of being a pundit. You sure that's what you want? Because if this is what you want, that's what I'm gonna give to you. This is what all those YouTube hours is for. All that editing, all that porn you decided to not watch because you're into politics.
I actually think that we should just give people a test to see if they can own a gun.
That was a well-thought-out opinion about gun control. Now yell it into the camera.
If you support gun control, you're in favor of restricting...
Wait a minute. No, I'm yelling. No, you keep looking forward. Don't look at me. Look at the camera. Look at America.
We should stop yelling at each other.
Why should we stop yelling?
Because...
Yelling is effective.
If we let illegal immigrants in, they're going to destroy our country. They are breaking the laws.
We just found a tweet of yours from 2001.
I wasn't even born in 2001.
Just play along with it. Oh, man, this shit getting real.
Because you like
America.
The way it is right now.
No.
And you don't want to change it. You want it to stay the way it is now.
Stop. You feel how lost you feel right now?
I feel like my blood pressure is rising.
I definitely do feel like I just took 10 years off of my life from stress.
I got through to them just in time. Now, to give these kids an experience they'll never forget. So make way for Mr. Roy's Kitty Fun Van. Where the kids at? And I've got everything kids can't resist.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Huh?
You gotta be kidding me.
Huh? Xbox, beanbags, guitars.
Oh, there's candy.
Yeah, there's candy. Doesn't this feel better than arguing about gun control?
You know, to a certain extent, yes.
And there you have it. Nowadays, Dylan doesn't talk about communism anymore. He makes videos about electrons and shit. Meanwhile, Tate's gone back to his old ways, but at least he put on a coat. And as for little old me, you can catch me riding around your neighborhood, changing childhoods one by one.
This feels kind of odd. I mean, the fact that a grown man has just all of this in the back of a van is just kind of suspicious to me.
Oh.
High school senior Ethan Lindenberger says his parents' misguided beliefs about his health and the health of his younger siblings put them at risk. He recently defied his mother and got vaccinated.
Lindenberger thought it was normal for most kids not to get immunized. But about 2 years ago, he began to see how the posts about vaccines his own mother was sharing on social media were dangerous. In November, Lindenberger asked strangers on Reddit where he could go to get up to date with his shots. "My parents are kind of stupid," he wrote. "God knows how I'm still alive."
He had to vaccinate himself? Imagine you're in a bedroom with a syringe. Then your mom walks in and screams, "Is that a vaccine?" "No, Mom, it's heroin, I swear." Look, vaccines are a public good, and I'm willing to do my part to end this epidemic of stupid. So for any kids or teens out there whose parents won't let them get their shots, here's my offer. I will adopt you. Will I be a good father? No! I'll gamble your college fund, I'll hit on all your girlfriends and boyfriends. And did I mention I drink vodka from a Purell bottle? But I'd still be better than anti-vaxxer parents. My adopted kids would need therapy, but at least they'd be alive. Trevor?
Lewis Black, everyone!